Hi everyone, I've been getting a lot of text messages and phone calls and questions on the social media about homeschooling. Most of you know that we've been homeschooling for the past almost 6 years. That's a choice we made and we are very happy about it. I just want to share with you what we've been doing. I by no means I'm planning on teaching you how to homeschool because number one, that's a very personal choice for a family to homeschool. And I understand that during this COVID-19 pandemic, none of you had a choice. So it's all a very different situation from what me or other homeschoolers went through. My goal on this video is to share with you our journey, and hopefully this will give you some ideas, some things to reflect on. Yeah, so we had this training with Judy Mash. Pastor Ryan put this awesome training together with her. There was a bunch of people, volunteers from Calvary Kids, and it was amazing. She gave us this handout and Pastor Ryan recorded the training. So if you want to watch this training, it's great. Even in the beginning of the training, she says this training is amazing for homeschool families. And it was like long ago, it was before this COVID-19, but I was like, oh, homeschool though, so that's good for me. And child ministries workers. So why do I want you to see this training? Because she talks and explains a lot about the 4 styles of learning and the learning modalities. It was so amazing. I kind of knew most of this from college, from my early childhood education, but it was refreshed in my memory. And she also gave us a lot of ideas of games and what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, age-wise, what kind of activities you should do. So if you want to get this on your hands, email me or text me, and I can send it to you, the link for the training. And I believe I have this. I asked Pastor Ryan for the PDF version of this handout, which is really helpful, because I know there are lots of books and stuff, but maybe you're not gonna have enough time to read a book right now because your hands full. But if you do this training, it's like a little bit over 1 hour, you're gonna get a grasp of about the learning styles, and then you're gonna be able to get through your children, especially if you have more than one and you're helping all of them. Because that's one of the challenges of a teacher who teaches like a class with 30 kids, to reach all of them who has different needs and different learning styles. So you as a mom, 101, or like you against 2, you against 3, but like it's easier for you to meet their needs. What else? So I talk about the schedule, I talk about learning, knowing about learning style. Also, really helpful if we do the devotional first thing in the morning, so that sets the tone, with the Bible, or if you're doing a devotional like books, you can do that too. Our church website has resources for children, and Pastor Ryan's putting a YouTube channel together with his teachings, and also there's like a really cool playlist for worship, so you can do the playlist, they can dance, have fun, worship God, relax, let it out, and I'm sure we can turn this tribulation into a blessing. It all depends on the point of view. That's how I always say, it all depends the way you see it. So you need to always try to turn something bad into something good. So we see God doing this so many times in the Bible. If we focus on Him, we will be able to turn all this bad stuff that's going on into blessings to our families, to unite the family. Email me or text me, and I can send it to you, the link for the training. And I believe I have this. I asked Pastor Ryan for the PDF version of this handout, which is really helpful, because I know there are lots of books and stuff, but maybe you're not gonna have enough time to read a book right now because you like your hands full. But if you do this training, it's like a little bit over 1 hour, you're gonna get a grasp of about the learning styles, and then you're gonna be able to get through your children, especially if you have more than one and you're helping all of them. Because that's one of the challenges of a teacher who teaches like a class with 30 kids, to reach all of them who has different needs and different learning styles. So you as a mom, 101, or like you against 2, you against 3, but like it's easier for you to meet their needs. What else? So I talk about the schedule, I talk about learning, knowing about learning style. Also, really helpful if we do the devotional first thing in the morning, so that sets the tone, you know, with the Bible, or if you're doing a devotional like a books, you know, you can do that too. Our church website has resources for children, and Pastor Ryan's putting a YouTube channel together with his teachings, and also there's like a really cool playlist for worship, so you can do the playlist, you can dance, have fun, worship God, relax, let out, you know. And I'm sure we can turn this tribulation into a blessing. It all depends on the point of view. That's how I always say, it all depends the way you see it. So you need to always try to turn something bad into something good. So we see God doing this so many times in the Bible. If we focus on Him, we will be able to turn all this bad stuff that's going on into blessings to our families, to unite the family, to, who knows, maybe you're enjoying this time. Maybe you decide, oh, wow, that's something I can do, that's something I think it's gonna be nice for my family. After all this goes away, I want to homeschool my children, you know. So it's all like, who knows, something we don't know. Oh my goodness. So one question that we used to get a lot when we first started homeschooling was about socialization. So people had this wrong idea of if you homeschool, you're like stuck in the house, which is the case right now because of the COVID-19. You guys, I feel so bad for all of you to be having this first experience in a way that's not positive. Because when we first started homeschooling, we barely stayed home. We got to go to like every library, every museum, every national park around here, in state park around here, in Museum of Science, in Boston Children's Museum. We had a membership for the zoo, for the aquarium. So we did a lot of those things because they were like younger, and the younger they are, the less book work you do. You do more experiences, you know, hands-on, and see and touch and smell. So it was amazing. As they got older, then of course you need to spend more time doing book work. And after Kai was on 5th grade, we enrolled him on co-op. So there are co-ops made especially for homeschool families, where actual teachers, like with degrees, teach specific subjects like math, algebra, chemistry, like the hard ones. So Kyle started taking 1 class and then 2 classes. Now he's taking 3 classes. So now, like this year, he's doing chemistry, algebra 2, and writing 2. And so he goes like once a week. The class lasts like 2 hours. There is one class that lasts 2 hours and a half. And then he gets like a bunch of homework. So it's basically like going to college at night, you know, when you take evening classes, and you go once a week. That's how I did college. You go once a week and then have that bunch of work to do. So that's how it works for the co-op. So that's an option. If after all this go away, if you decide to keep homeschooling your children, and then you say, oh, but I don't know how to teach chemistry, don't worry, you can find a co-op and you can enroll them. And also there are like a bunch of after school activities that you can enroll your children. So mine have done swimming at the Y for a while, but now they are doing taekwondo, so that's also fun. They go 3 times a week, you know, it's cool, and they're very involved at church. They have friends. What else? Family members. So there's a lot of room for socialization. That's not something you need to worry if you decide to keep doing homeschool after all this goes away. About 4 years ago, I came across a book that was a game changer. In that book, I learned about the relationship of your gut and your brain, and it made so much sense, and it was a tool to help Kyle with his struggles with the autism, you know. So what we did, we started a clean diet, which we took away processed sugar, gluten, casein, which is the protein in milk, and everything that's like processed. So it took a while for all of us to get used to the new diet, but it made a big difference, especially on the focus part, because he was also hyperactive, so it was really hard for him to sit down and focus, you know. So that helped all of us. I used to have lots of migraines, so that got solved as well. And about 3 years ago, we started using essential oils, and that also was like the icing on the cake. So now, on the context of homeschool, we use essential oils for many things. So we use on the diffuser, when they go to sleep, we use lavender and cedarwood, which is great to have restful sleep. During homeschool, we use oils to help focus, like rosemary, and there are some blends from Young Living that's like amazing. Clarity is one that's our favorite. So we use some on the diffuser that alert. So some like peppermint, and all the citrus oils are amazing. Oils. If you want to know more, I can explain to you how I use those oils in our homeschool. But I just wanted to leave the tips here about your diet. What they eat really interferes of how well they focus or not focus. And if you need more tools to have restful sleep, to focus, oils to balance, to help, there are oils to help with emotions, you know. The citrus oils are amazing for that. All of them are really, really nice. So again, if you want to know more, I can explain to you in details all about essential oils. I love talking about essential oils, and that's what we've been doing for the past 3 years, is helping families to detox their homes and have like a more holistic lifestyle. School at home and homeschool. What you guys are doing right now is school at home. So you basically are following all the rules from the system, using their curriculum. Some of you are having classes online with their teachers, and you have a time frame determined by the government, or if in public schools, or if your child is in private school, by the school. Whereas in homeschool, you make your own choices on what curriculum you would like to use, what hours you decide to do, what learning style. But when you do homeschool, you have all the freedom to choose what curriculum you use. If you want to do a Christian curriculum or a secular curriculum, you can also pick and choose according to your child's learning style. You choose what days of the week you want to do homeschool, what hours of the day you want to do it, as long as you know you are on track to have everything covered for the end of the school year. So some cities give you a choice. You can either do a test and submit the results, or you can do a portfolio and put everything on a binder and drop it off, or you can even just do the progress report. So it's very flexible. It depends on the city. So we live in Lynn, Massachusetts. So here they give us a choice. The first year we did the portfolio. The second year on, we decided to do a test. So our children get tested at a homeschool co-op. We correct the test and they submit to us, and then we submit to the school. So I really like this setup because the children love doing the test, like a big deal to them, because we don't do testing throughout the school year. We just move forward the curriculum when I see they grasp the concept. So then we move forward at their own pace, which is great. That way they are not rushed. It's more like organic, the learning, and enjoyable. But there you go, the difference between school at home and homeschool. So everyone, I just yelled from the top of my lungs, Nicole, David, Kyle, come down here.
Sky.
And Sky just followed. So I'm gonna ask them some questions. Look at Nicole, she's in her PJs, that's not the normal, guys. That's a myth that we do homeschool wearing PJs.
Yeah, we're not that.
Only when we're stupid.
But why are you in PJs, Nicole?
Mama,
I think this COVID-19 thing, it's like messing up with our heads.
No, seriously.
Mama.
Yeah.
Look, she didn't brush her hair. Okay, anyway, let me ask.
Because I'm like, nobody's gonna see
Can
me,
I
so
talk
who
for a
cares?
second?
Yes.
Sometimes I spend the whole day sleeping in pajamas.
That's on weekends.
That's not even true.
It's on weekends.
Guys, quickly, let me ask you some questions about your experience as homeschoolers.
Okay.
Okay, so Kyle, what's the thing you like most about being homeschooled?
I really like the freedom that I get. Instead of sitting instead of sitting in a room with 36 kids, it's where the teacher teaches way too slow.
In his opinion.
Yeah, that's his point of view.
Exactly.
I get to learn at my own pace, which is usually pretty fast.
Okay.
So he doesn't have to keep
What
recording.
about you?
Go to David next. He's next.
What about you,
No,
David?
Let me think so I don't be standing
What do
here
you
thinking
like best?
aimlessly. So many things.
I like my homeschool because after I do my homeschool, I get to be free. Churches or schools, after you're done with your projects, you just have to wait for your mom and dad.
Well, that's what he can
he
compare. He can
oh.
compare like to Sunday school and.
He means he has to wait, like after you do your schoolwork, you have to wait for your parents to pick you up.
Yeah.
But for him, he can just go do something himself the moment he finishes.
Okay, thank you for interpreting, Nicole.
I think that's
Oh.
what he means.
Yeah,
By the
that's
way,
what I mean.
just saying that these two have never been to public school for even a day.
Oh,
And
I went there for a day once to look at time.
And I've only been there till 1st grade. Actually, I skipped a second, but
Yeah, I told the story already. So Nicole. Okay, guys, let's wrap it up.
I like homeschool. Wait. This is tough. There's so many things.
name the first thing that
Gonna
comes to
pick-
your mind.
Oh, I guess because we have, like, we get to use Christian curriculums, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I don't know, I've learned with a lot of repetition. So I like doing curriculums that, like, have a lot of repetition so I can really learn it. So I can use the curriculum that works best for me, not, like, the curriculum that everybody else uses.
Oh, that's a very wise
I spent a lot of time thinking.
Amen.
That wasn't a long time.
Okay, so now
Amen,
tricky
sister.
question. What's the thing that you least like about being homeschooled?
Yeesh. That's
This
a pretty tough
This
choice.
is tough because I love everything about homeschool.
No, that gotta be something you don't like.
I think the problem is that even with my intellect, sometimes it takes me like an hour to do a single assignment. Mainly because I get distracted pretty easy, but also because some of the things I take are just plain difficult. Like for example, I was just figuring out how to take the perpendicular bisector of a line on a graph.
That's where co-ops come handy. Okay, go ahead, Dave.
What came in my first thought was basically like I get impatient.
Yeah.
Okay.
He gets impatient and tries to rush through his work, and then he doesn't do it right. So Vi always has to be telling him to slow down because he wants to go quickly.
And what about you,
He
Nico?
always wants to beat me by finishing his homeschool.
What
first.
about you,
No,
honey?
I
Talk
don't.
for yourself. What about you? One thing you don't like about being homeschooled.
Probably basically the only thing I don't like about it is the distraction thing. Even though we have 3 floors, I don't like being away from everybody else.
Yeah.
I like when everybody's all smushed together.
Yeah.
But I get distracted. I'm getting better though.
Yeah, like everyone likes to be in the same room.
Well, at least me and David.
I
Kyle's
like
okay
it.
with going upstairs. But I like to be everybody together, but I get distracted when everybody's like this close together.
Okay, guys. Thank you. Look adorable. Thank you. Go back to your work.
Yeah. All right.
Bye.
See y'all.
See ya. So thank you for watching, and let me know if you have any questions. And I hope this video was helpful to you. Bye bye. God bless you.